Hello, this is 05 and welcome to Equipment Master Toy Review. And today's video we're looking at the 2010 release by Hasbro of the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra Velcro and action figure review. And today's Velcro and action figure review, we're looking at the Jungle Assault Ghost Hawk with Tomahawk. Now I got this straight from a local toy shop near my work area for 54 ringgit and 90 cents. Now that's not the retail pricing. Retail pricing is 70 ringgit. I actually got this on a clearance price, and that's a really good deal considering that this is the only Ghost Hawk box itself that's available in the toy shop itself. So I was lucky enough to get this. Now let's take a look at the front part packaging itself. You got a nice little window that opens up to showcase the Tomahawk figure and the Jungle Assault Ghost Hawk. Very nice. Now at the top section there stated with a small little instruction stating that the inside packaging can be converted into a diorama. And you will notice the inside of the packaging itself, you got a nice little background image of the forest itself. Very nice. Now at the bottom here we got a nice little file card for Tomahawk. Name William P. Folger, serial number 888-62-WF47, grade 0-2, bracket First Lieutenant. Mission equipment, FVIR, full visual infrared flight helmet with computerized display visor. Now in the write-up stated, Tomahawk is a pilot on the G.I. Joe team. This former Air Force pilot has flown every type of fixed-wing aircraft and tested numerous advanced design prototypes. He delivers the team to the jungle using his expert flying to conceal their presence from the Cobra forces that are suspected to be hiding in the shadows of the jungle. Very nice. And on the side here, you got a nice little image of Tomahawk with a small little write-up about what's G.I. Joe really about and who they're up against, which is Cobra. On the other side, you got a nice little image of the Jungle Assault Ghost Hawk. And at the back here, top section here is a smaller write-up for the Ghost Hawk. It stated the Ghost Hawk swoops into the jungle to deliver the G.I. Joe team. This STOVL bracket short takeoff and vertical landing aircraft doesn't need a runway. Just a small gap in the thick canopy. Designed for stealth, it is visually silent until it is time to unleash the firepower and blast a hole through a Cobra fortress with LSB-10 large-scale breaching missiles. Very nice. Here we got a large image of the Jungle Assault Ghost Hawk with listing out all the features itself. We have rotating engines, interchangeable weapons, opening cockpit, and firing missile launchers. Here we got a smaller image of the Tomahawk figure itself. So, without further ado, let's open up this packaging so we can molest the toys. Be right back. And we're back after removing the figure, and there is stuff out from packaging. Now I don't want to go into too much details for the figure Tomahawk here, so I'll make it as brief as possible. First things first, let's take a look at the accessories. Now it doesn't come with a base stand as typical for the Pursuit of Cobra line. For the Velcro packs itself that came along with the figures, they never usually pack the figures with a base stand. Now it comes with a knife, a helmet, and a vest. All three of these accessories are the same accessories that came from Lift Ticket from the 25th anniversary line. Lift Ticket is the pilot for the Ghost Hawk. So you have a knife here which is not painted at all, it's just pure plastic material, which you can place it onto the holster here, like so. Then we have his helmet. The helmet is made of a beige plastic color, painted in entirely black, and on the sides here painted in yellow. On the visor here is painted in a grey lining, as you can see there. Now the vest itself is similar to Lift Ticket's vest, as you can see, except they painted the pouches into black and they neglected to paint the communication device, as you can see here. The vest is a bit more darker in beige colors compared to the original one. Now let's take a look at the figure's paint job. Majority of the dark green that you see here are all plastic colors, including inside the torso and the crotch itself. So basically the whole entire body, the dark green is actually not painted at all. Only the black parts are actually painted except for the gloves there and the boots. and the kneecap, and also the holster there. Now both sides of the shoulders here shows the G.I. Joe logo, very nice. The hair is painted in black, that connects with the beard, and also the mustache. The eyebrows, the eyes are also painted. The neck joint is also painted in the flesh tone skin, but it's a bit faded off at the edges there, so it's not really well painted. And some parts there, I'm not sure you can see it, there's a bit of green there, so the paint job is not deep enough or strong enough. Now, other than that, the paint job is okay. It's pretty average looking. It's nothing really spectacular. It looks pretty plain looking for this figure. Now let's take a look at the figure's mold. About 99% of the figure's mold is from the 25th anniversary of Lift Ticket. As you can see there, they are exactly the same mold. They only changed the head, and they actually took it from the 25th anniversary line of double clutch driver for VAM. Now, for the inside of the body itself, the torso and the waist itself came from the 25th anniversary line of Cobra Viper, and the legs actually came from the 25th anniversary line of Mutt. During that time, the arms is actually pretty unique until, well, few figures actually share along with it. Other than that, the figure is, well, there's nothing really special. It's just they just switch the head of the figure and then call it with another, well, name. Now let's take a look at the figure's articulation. The head can pivot up a little bit, straight, side to side, and turn 360 degrees. Torso here can turn 360 degrees. Go back a little bit, forward a little bit. Now shoulder joints here is a little bit weird due to the cut itself. So when you twist the shoulders, it tends to move the arms on one side here, as you can see here. So it can turn 360 degrees like so. Lift the arms this far. Elbow joint here can bend this far and turn 360 degrees. Wrist joint can turn 360 degrees. Hip joints here can move forward, back a little bit and to the sides. Double jointed knee that bend this far, very nice. And ankle joint that pivots downwards, upwards, and turn 360 degrees. Overall, the figure is pretty lame actually, if you think about it, because there's nothing new with the figure itself. There's no new parts. All they did is just, well, took Lift Ticket and then switched the head. And they have to take it from double clutch itself. There's no base stand. There's only 3 accessories, and they're the same accessories from Lift Ticket. There's nothing new there. So if I'm gonna give a rating on this, I say I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Yes, 4 out of 10 for Tomahawk. Next up, we'll take a look at the Jungle Assault Ghost Hawk. Be right back. And we're back after fully assembling the Ghost Hawk and apply the stickers onto it. Now, inside the packaging comes with a smaller instruction manual on how to assemble the diorama. And speaking of the diorama, this is the diorama itself, which showcases the forests and mountains. And there's a little bit of explosion and smoke going on, explosions in the skies, more explosions on the forest here, and fire with a huge smoke. Very nice. However, I really wish they would actually add a few images of the aircraft battles for this diorama scene, because while you have explosions going on, you got some sort of battle going on, it would be nice to actually have some aircraft vehicles flying on the skies and fighting it out. Well, it's just my opinion, but still very nice. Then inside we have the smaller instruction manual, and this is the section where, well, it's quite difficult, where you have to place all the stickers, and this is the sticker sheet where you have to place all 30 stickers onto the vehicle itself. My advice is to disassemble everything before applying the stickers onto it. Yes, the entire Ghost Hawk can be disassembled, including the legs and the back fins. Everything can be disassembled, except for the Vulcan cannons in the front, but everything else can be disassembled. It will make your life way more easier when you, well, apply the stickers that way. And the back here, well, a smaller instruction manual on how to assemble some of the parts and showcasing some of the features. And that's about it. Now, speaking of these features, we'll take a look at the Ghost Hawk features here. Now, being as a Ghost Hawk is famous for the vertical takeoff engines as located at the section here. So this entire twin engines here can be rotated 360 degrees. Very nice. Also, on the side panel here, you can actually pop off the panel to reveal the engine parts, just like the original 25th anniversary version of the Ghost Hawk. Then we have his weapons. Now he comes with the twin Vulcan cannons in the front of the, well, at the bottom section of the cockpit here, which can go left and right. And then we have the missile launcher here, which the button is located at the bottom section here. The missile has been loaded, and then when you press the button, it fires pretty hard. Yes, the missile can turn left and right a little bit. There's also the minigun as well, which is very nice, can turn left and right as well. Let me detach the parts first before we go through everything else. Put there on one side. Very nice. And we have the canopy that actually can be opened. As you can see the details inside. There's the stick itself. You got a nice little cockpit to fit Tomahawk inside the Ghost Hawk. Very nicely done. Of course, you have to fit the head in first. Otherwise, well, you won't be able to fit anything else. You can see here. Close the hatch, and there you have it. Very nicely done. Now let's take a look at the Ghost Hawk's paint job. Not a lot of paint job being involved, considering the majority of the colors here, as you can see, is a very dull gray and green mix of colors. Of course, you have black paint job onto the lower section of the legs here, the jets at the back, especially on this section. Let's not forget the engine parts. So that's the other side. And the machine guns here also painted a little bit of black, because just to show the weathering. When they fire the machine gun, it will burn the paint job there. Very nice. And also the entire, yes, the entire canopy here, which they painted it, because the entire canopy is actually made of a red translucent plastic, dark red translucent plastic material. So they actually painted the entire canopy just like the original 25th anniversary Ghost Hawk. Now the mold itself is actually, well, half of the molds are actually new. First things first, let's remove all the parts here to do some comparison. Yes, as I mentioned before, all the parts is removable, even to the fins at the back here, like so. Now this entire body shared the same mold as the original 25th anniversary version of Ghost Hawk, minus the fin at the back here, of course, but they are the same mold, no changes at all. Absolutely no changes. The rest of the parts that you see here, those are the changes for the new Ghost Hawk. The fins are new, the twin engines are new, so that's the back fins here as well. They're all new stuff, all new molds. Very nice. And this is the legs itself, which looks alright from the outer side of point of view, but from the inside it looks kind of cheap. You can slide it in like so, and there you have it. From the outside point of view, it looks very nice. It looks very updated. It looks very armored as well if you compare to the original Ghost Hawk. Well armored if you compare to the old Ghost Hawk to the new one. Very nice. Now, as I remove those two weapons are able to interconnect with. Now, we have the his tank here. If you remember the previous his tank review, each side of the his tank itself actually has two holes. You can actually interconnect the weapons like so to have your his tank with more weapons. Very nice. But today's review is all about the Ghost Hawk, so we bring the Ghost Hawk back to the review and connect these pieces back in. Now overall, the entire Ghost Hawk is actually not bad. I really like the updated version of the Ghost Hawk because you actually come out with half of the new modes there, but you still have the original body mode for the 25th anniversary line for a little bit of nostalgic memories there. Very nice. But it's a very nice vehicle. I really like the design of it. I really wish they put more paint job into it, but it still looks very clean and looks very updated, very modern, very well armored vehicle. So if I'm gonna give a rating on this, I say I really like it. I would give it a nice 9 out of 10. Yes, a 9 out of 10 for the Jungle Assault Ghost Hawk. Very nice. However, the figure is not that great. So yes, 9 out of 10 for the Jungle Assault Ghost Hawk. Thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.